gotta change what's in my pocket. Make sense?
Yes.
That's a slow head shake. Don't worry, you won't have to soak in. See, the McCulloughs for their income. They stopped blaming the system. And when they did that, they went to work. Some of you in here are saying, oh, this sounds good, but I don't know if it's for me. If you don't know if it's for you, then it's not for you. If you know it's for you, then it's for you. You gotta decide, is it for you or not? You cannot keep coming to these events and sit there and watch everybody else win. What is special about nobody on the internet know what I drive? Ain't nobody on the internet know what my waistline was like? I could be posting pictures of somebody else. They don't know. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yesterday morning I woke up and I said, I thank you God for my retail sales. Whoever has money for me. I went back into coffee, got a call. Why? I believed it, I received it. Now it took me a while to see and actually believe them. Because I'm like, I used to sit there and I'm like, oh, seriously. Because at first you're negative. Why to you? So you're like, why all of a sudden you went to something if you believe it, right? So number 3, I'm going to this real. So we have fast car, we have retail. So every time you get somebody on your website, 50% retail. If you have products in your possession, do you have friends in the US? Or retail? Okay. Do you talk to them on a regular or not? Okay, do you post? Probably no. You're not sure if you post? Okay, that's the number 1 way. Because people are nosy. If you have you taken a product? No. I can tell. Right.
And I can't.
We have 48 products and you can't take down one of them? Okay. Not even the skincare.
Well, yeah.
So don't you think if you have results in a skincare? No, I know, I'm saying, don't you think if you have results and you say, wow, I just got this results, and your friends would be like, okay, Lacey, what's your name? Crystal, nice to meet you. Okay, Crystal, that's Lacey. Lacey has lost that same amount of weight. Do you think you could go on Facebook, grab her picture, and say, oh, I'm so proud of you. You have come a long way. You drank this tea and was able to lose more than 5 pounds in 5 days. Hey guys, listen. I'm willing to share this information. Contact me for more info. Do you think you could do that? Anybody else in here have some results? Anybody? Right? David. Right? Chris, right? We have results. You go on their Facebook page and you grab their picture. Whatever they put, their scale or whatever, grab it. Meaning that you can save it and then don't share somebody else's because then the person can go straight to them on order. I don't know why. People are kind of weird. And your friend might go order from her. You know she knows you have a link. People are a little weird. We don't need to figure out why.
Do you not send your
No, but that's when they contact you. If you just send them your website, what if you met a guy, you went on a date, and there was some intrigue. He called you back the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day, and before you know it, hey, look at this job, right? Because I'm just, do you get what I'm saying? If you put everything on the internet, nobody really cares. If you're like, drive my business, make some money, nobody cares. But if you're showing results after results after results after results, Lacey had put her on the first time. She said, hey guys, I made a decision to change my life. Watch me. Watch me what?
Just lose some weight.
Yeah, she's something I drink and shrink. She got like 160-something people in less than a day liking. And hey Lacey, you go her. Hey Lacey, we're so proud of you. Hey Lacey, let us know what Lacey. So now she knows who's interested in her. So guess what? She started reaching out to those persons to sell them her products. Does that make sense? But you don't sell online. When somebody come to my thing, I take the conversation offline. And I don't go, oh, join my business. I go, hey, so what are you interested in? Do you want to lose some weight? Or do you want some more energy? Right? And then you can sometimes up-share. What is up-share? Somebody comes to me and they go, hey, I noticed you're doing this weight loss thing. You know, I want to lose 5 pounds or whatever. So I go, okay, cool. Then I say to them, all right, how fast do you want to do this? Because I'm a consultant. Consultants get paid more, right? When you consult people, they're willing to pay whatever you state for your product. It doesn't become, oh, I don't know. But you're a consultant, they're willing to pay for it. So here I am, I'm giving free consult, and I put it all the time. I'm willing to give you free consultation. People love free. I don't know, anybody in here love free? I'm willing to give you some free consultation. Direct message me for more information and book your free consultation today. Everybody wants a free consultation. So, yes.
I was just listening to what you were receiving, and I was saying not everyone here wants to lose weight at the end.
Right.
But you must know someone who wants to lose weight. What you can do is perhaps buy the products and let that person try to use the person taking the products, and then you can
Get your story.
Post it on
Right.
social media. Say,
Right.
This is my cousin. This is my
Right.
mom. This is
Right. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's what I did when I got my team. My son and Chevelle and myself. Now I know I needed to detox. But I know if they detox and they could lose weight, I could be like, damn. You know, my son was able to lose X, Y. Listen, I was on my son like white on rice. I was like, you better take these products. You gonna make us some money. I'm like, because if you get results, my son can lose weight to save his life. Why? Because he was addicted to food, so was I. And when he took the product, guess what? His teacher started asking him, hey, what are you doing? The other day he said to me he wants to have energy and the tea. Because they keep asking him, what are you doing? And he has a lot of kids who are overweight. And they want to know what he's doing so their parents can buy it for them. Does that make sense? Alright, so the third way we get paid is the binary. Y'all understand what a binary is? Binary means that there's two sides. We have a left team and a right team, right? When I just got started in network marketing, this was like gibberish. This may as well have been Greek. I didn't understand it. Some people on the left, you put some people on the right, and every week they take a snapshot and they pay you based on how many people was in there. Honestly, I didn't get caught up in that. I just wanted to know how many people needed to be on the left and how many people needed to be on the right. But what I love with this company is it doesn't matter how many people, it matters about volume. So you could even have a couple hundred people, not just necessarily that you put in the business, but who got in the business as a result of you introducing it to two. This now introduced the power of two. Miss Pamela Cray says it all the time. There is power in the number two. I know Jamaicans don't like the number two, but this time, right? When you have two persons, one you're considered binary qualified. What does that mean? The number of pays. That means that the system will start to own volume for you. And if you're not paying on those volumes this week, it will keep over to the week after week after week after week. Does that make sense? Yeah. You need to keep carrying it over. Those two persons, one left, one right, second person, they need to be on an authorship of at least one product. What's the authorship? They need to like one thing about our products and keep ordering that one product, minimum. Do you know anybody that could detox every month? And the thing is, it doesn't have to be the same product. Maybe this month they got 14. Next month they got a, following month they got a NutriBurst. Following month they got a Techubi. Following month they got some oil. 2 oils. It has to be 40 volume. 40 volume. 40 points. Not dollars. 40 points. You don't do the calculation. The system tells you. When you go in the back office, it will tell you the product, how much it costs, and how much the points are. Right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you need to find two persons who can find at least one product they like. Now do you see why you have to be a product of the product? Because if you take the product and you're confident about sharing your results, are your friends more likely to try your product and have some results?
Yeah.
How much of you national bakery call you every month to go buy bread? Anybody here? No, serious question. Anybody here buys bread because the company calls you every month to say, hey, listen, the bread that you bought last month, we calculated and we think you should be out of slices. It's time for you to make a purchase. They don't call you, right? Why? Because you like it. And you do it month after month after month. Week after week after week. That's residual money right there. That's authorship money for the company right there. Right? How much of you, the company, the light bill company calls you and say, hey, we know you're using that light, watching that flow, no cable channel. Time for you to pay your bill. You're not going to let them call you, right? Because you don't want to go without light? No, they got payments you go. So here's the thing. You want to find at least 2 persons who can get on at least one item. That one item can change every single month. And if you found somebody like me, you found a gold mine. My son has his own NutriVerse. Everybody in my family has their own NutriVerse. In fact, this week I was trying to sell products, and I kept getting NutriVerse orders. And when I sold out on 7 NutriVerse, and I realized I had only 2 NutriVerse left, I started getting mad. I was like, why do you all have to have your own NutriVerse in this business? I'm trying to sell me some NutriVerse, right? I'm like, why is there 2 open NutriVerse? I know why, because everybody has their own. But I just wanted to sell more. Why? Because we had results and people started trying it and people started buying it. So I'm going to order more. I'm going to order myself another $1,400 pack because that will come with some NutriVerse. Does that make sense? Yeah. Right? So get 1 person left, 1 person right on an ownership of a minimum of 40. Now listen, that person may want 1 or more items. It might even just be a customer. It might even just be a customer. Just wants that 1 item every month. Like Mr. McCrae. Not Mr. Nathan McCrae. Remember Mr. McCrae, my customer? He orders 4 packs of tea every month. I don't necessarily have to call him, but I do. Because it's customer service. Yes. Are your customers going to keep buying different things from you if you give them good customer service? Yes. Yes. Hi, Mr. McCrae. How are you doing, sir? Okay, I noticed you bought 3 teas the last month, and you typically buy 4, which means you should be out of tea around about now. Are you ready for another 3 packs, or should I bring 4? I'm giving him options. By the way, Mr. McCrae, I noticed that you're still on some of your medications, and you're taking those vitamins. Do you want to try for NutriVerse this month? If you don't want to try a whole month's supply, I have some sample sizes, because it comes in my $1,400 pack. I have some sample sizes that I'm willing to sample 1 to you. And if you like it, I can get you an order of 1 or more NutriVerse this month, before I sell them out. Fear of loss. I give them the first option to buy my NutriVerse after he tries my sample. Guess what? When you give people things, the psychology of sales is when you give away a sample, someone feels inclined to have to support your business. Yes. You're not trying to make them inclined, but it's a psychology. Some people have no moral compass. That's their problem. That's true. No, that's their problem. That's not yours. Psychology of sales is that's why the supermarkets. Yeah. They go in the cracker aisle and they give away cracker samples. Why? Because when you taste it, you're like, I never thought about making it that way. Let me get 4 packs of crackers. Did I want crackers? Heck no. But it just convinced me, because now I'm like, I couldn't make this. This is so simple. What did you put in there? And then my kids keep asking for more. This is big greedy. Does that make sense? So that's why when you do your tea party and your launches, you want to have products there. Right? So binary. 1 person left, 1. Guys, I'm staying on this for a long time. Because some of you don't understand. If you don't tell these persons to go on an ownership of 40, and you have somebody in the binary, and let's say you have 100,000 points on one side, that means that you're sitting on qualifications. But maybe your business didn't get started right away. Because don't you know some of us go through different things in life? And maybe the friends that you invited the first time are not interested, but after they see how much money you made in the retail, they might come back and be interested. Yeah. So you want to keep that volume, but let's say you don't tell your two persons to be on an authorship of at least one product, and they forget to put in their order. You lost your volume that you've been storing. Does that make sense? So what you want to do is, when people go into your business, you want to keep an idea of what date did they join your business. So their authorship is usually due a day before, right, Daniel? A date that it got started. So if it got started June 28th, February 27th is when their authorship is due. You want to keep a track of that. Why? Because they're going to like you. If you don't tell them that they needed to be on authorship and they lose their volume, guess who they're going to blame? Because people like blaming somebody else. I don't know, people are weird. It's easier to blame somebody else. Hey, you know, they could read the complaint, but guess what? As an upline, you're responsible to let them know that they need to be on an authorship of at least one product. Now, they don't have to be on authorship, they can just go there every month and order one product, right? But here's something else that you want to tell them. It should at least be one product, but if I were you, I'm going to set it to 120 and I'm going to forget it. Do you want to know why? Do you all want to know why?
Yes.
If for some reason your business started exploding to the right, and this happened to me recently, my authorship got reset accidentally. Went in my back office, placed the order, but placed it through the authorship to set up orders, and my back office was scheduled for, and it was on 40 points. I was almost paid as an associate versus at my rank, my requalifying rank for the week. So whatever rank you requalify for, I'm going to show you in a little bit based on the contract how we get paid. But because it was on 40 points, I wasn't getting paid as a director, I wasn't getting paid as an executive, I wasn't getting paid as a national or a regional, I was getting paid as an associate. You know what I mean? I wasn't getting a 50% check match on anybody in my team that I personally signed. And I wasn't getting a 30 to 40% check match on any of my secondaries. Why? Because I didn't have an ownership of at least one thing. Do you know any business in the world where you spend $150 to $160 a month and you can make hundreds of dollars per week? Do you know any business other than this? And here's the thing. Do you want to live long term? Do you want money? Yeah. So then you need NutriBurst for your energy. You need it for your nutrition. I don't need to go through because Dr. Thomas already did that. You need to have products in your system that's giving you results, right? So the authorship is really for you and your family. I knew that there was only one person in my family that wanted to lose weight or needed to lose weight. So that was my weight loss story. Now I have a daughter, her name is Ariana, she does not like to eat. She got sick like all the time. She was my NutriBurst story. She got sent home from Stella Maris after being at school 1 hour. When she came home, I never had a NutriBurst before, but I heard Coach Stormy or Coach Pam talk about something called a chaga shot, where they open the chaga, pour it in a capsule of NutriBurst, and throw it back to the head. And they were able to knock out their flu within the space of a day. So guess what I did to my daughter, who I love so much? I opened my NutriBurst, and she was the first one to try it. I poured her a capful, right, Ariana? Opened the chaga. She didn't like the taste at first. What do they do every evening when they get home, or in the mornings? They make a chaga shot. Every my kids make chaga shots. I don't make it for them. I don't tell them to make it. If they come home and they're not feeling well and they already took a chaga shot in the morning, they go straight to the kitchen, open the NutriBurst, open the chaga, pour it in front of their shot glasses for their chaga shots. No, seriously, if you come in my house, everybody has their own shot glass. They open the chaga, open the NutriBurst, pour a shot, and they take it. Now, 120, do you think 120 authorship is enough for me? With everybody, I have 4 kids on NutriBurst. Each NutriBurst is 40 points, right? That's more than, that's what you see right there. Now, there's a trick. Now, I only need 120. I put all my other volume under my team, so my team benefits from it. I'm not going to put more than 120. That's just the deal. I'm not. Because I want my team to benefit from some of my orders. So the rest of my orders, I'm going to send them to, in fact, the rest of my orders, I'll do like a $1,400 or $1,200 pack, and that's how I'll get my products either sample or take them home, and the rest of them I'm gonna sell. And I'm only gonna keep my other shit at 120, because TLC says, whether or not I do 120 or 400, they are capable of paying me $20,000 on the binary every single week. Can you imagine you spend 120 a month, and you can make up to $20,000 on the binary? No, I'm serious. So if you're sitting there thinking, I can find $60,000 to get these 3 products. Guys, it's your business. When Digicel starts a new brand or a new business, they spend money. They give away products, they give away prizes. They don't make it the same day. Sometimes they don't make it the next day. Why are they giving away this money or products? Because they know it's nothing compared to what they're going to get back. Why do you think I'm always the first to like, I'll bring some tea? Because all of us are part of one team. And if you guys get results, and you, in fact, every Super Saturday, I will give away products for the team to try. Was what we found, Daniel, when we did the sample, the Slim PM sales went up. The Tetui sales went up. The NRG sales went up. The ISO oils, I'm telling you, because if people know what it tastes like and what it feels like, there's nothing that's going to stop them from taking it. Now, going back, and I'm sitting on this because you guys understand, I almost lost over $1,000 in match because I allowed somebody to go in my back office to order some cappuccinos, and so they went through my auto ship versus the orders. And so when they went through that way, the system stored it. Every month, make it a point to make sure you know that your system is getting up at least 40. But if you really want to make money in this business, if you want to make more than $200 a week, 120 a month. Because common sense, guys, if you do 120 a month, you multiply that, let's say that's 12 teas. Aren't you able to make your money back?
Yes.
It's common sense. But this is not a product you're selling, this is the product you're taking. Does that make sense? Maybe you sell it at first. Because can I be honest? When we got started, my ownership was key. The first week, because that's what you needed for a director. And then we did a training, we watched a training with Tawana. No, it wasn't her, it was Tawana. She's in
The queen in this.
Yes. And she said, set it and forget it. And she is a regional at the time. And guess what I'm going to do? If she's a regional and I'm a director, guess whose advice I'm going to be taking? The regional, because that's the money I want. So she said, set it and forget it. Guess what? I know we're going to set it. We set it, and we forgot until I let somebody know. Well, guys, take my advice. Don't mess with the one that you get it. Okay? But at first, I had 80. I had it for 4 teas and 4 and energy. Honestly, I have 4 kids. My energy, in fact, there was somebody living in my house at the time. The energy was finished in 10 days. Because they tried the energy one time and went, whoa, what is this? Oh my God. That was it. Never saw the energy again. So I knew for me to build this business, I needed to have results. I can't have bad skin and saying I have the best products and I have detox. Guys, guess what I ordered? We have the new NVIDIA. Coach Stormy is like, oh, she got beautiful skin. And I'm like, okay, coach. Coach Stormy makes $20,000 on the binary every single week. And she is still pushing to use these products. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it. So every month, when I just got started, I couldn't do what I'm doing now. I just didn't have, I'm telling you the truth, I didn't have it. So every month, I tried a different 3 products. So then I would change it to NutriBars, and to Chewy, and Ghana, change it to Chaga, and something else. Before you knew it, ask them. I could do a presentation and I had every single one of the products on my table. And I ordered every single one of them. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Alright, so guys, I'm really going in depth. Hopefully I'm not boring you guys. Am I boring you guys? No. So we still on the binary. Making money is never boring. We're still on the binary. Guys, you know why I'm staying stuck on it? Because there's some things we miss. And we don't want you to miss it because we're about to go very fast. Fast is fun, slow is painful. Right? Binary. You need one left, one right. You want them to have at least 40 points. 40 to 120. 40 to 120. You can't force someone. You cannot force someone because it's their money. You let them know the information. Thank you. You let them know the info. Is this one of the big ones? You let them know the information. And if something goes wrong, they have themselves to blame. There's a girl, the first girl I signed, Lisa. We told her she needed to be married. And it's simple. Do you have a mom? Do you have an aunt? Put them in for 40. Put them in for 10 teas. You keep the teas and sell them. It keeps you binary qualified. Do they need to be on an auto ship? Put them on at least one product. Take the product, sell it, or take the product and take it. Right? Because if you have multiple of you in the house and 120 is not enough, then you can keep your family ownership right there. Because later on they might decide that they don't want to do the business, and then they're going to come back to you and be like, I can't believe it. Right? And you can say to them, oh, what I did. See, I know you were going to join me. I knew you were just playing. You weren't really a hater. Right? I knew you supported me. You were just a little bit tired. Right? So you put in somebody, one left, one right. So Lisa didn't do that. For the first almost 2 months, she lost every one of her volume because we were going fast, especially on the left. David did it though. Within the first day of getting started, David went binary qualified. And every volume that went through the left side, David has been storing from day one. How much volume do you have as carryover volume?
260.
He has 260 what?
260,000
points. Okay? You can try. I've tried buying his position, he won't sell it. I've tried money, I've tried bribery.
Then correct. Keeping the volume between 40 volumes to 120 on each side. Now, is it that you need to get persons to sign up and then you also need to buy retail?
Okay, that's something like several questions. Now, for the binary is your building a business. Our business, we have 2 parts to our business. Our business is direct sales and multi-level marketing. Retail, you can really do this business and never do multi-level marketing. Why? Because if you're just buying the product and selling it, retailing it, you're only doing direct sales. Multi-level marketing now is when you begin to build teams. And the company says you can build 2 teams, a left team and a right team. Right? And your upline, and the persons who went in before you and the persons going after you, are actually helping you to build that one of your team. Does that make sense? Based on time and positioning, not all the time. But based on time and positioning and who you partner with, you may be able to get some assistance building one of your team. Now to hold the volume is every product you purchase, there's a certain amount of volume that's on there. Now for instance, 4 packs of tea is 40 points each. You get paid based on the points, not based on the dollar. So if it's 40 points, 50% on the retail means you get $20 of each. Now, when you do something on a cart, meaning that people get started in your business as a customer and they buy with single products, you get 50% retail. But for the binary, you only get 25%. So if somebody bought 14 only, you're gonna, because it's 40 volume, you're gonna get 50% for the retail, right? Which is $20 US. But for the points, you're gonna get 25%, right? Which is a quarter. And that's gonna give you 10 points. I'm gonna show you some different things we do. so that we make points. So instead of selling 4 teas, we might sign up the person for 10, collect 4 teas from them, keep the 6 and sell it for ourselves, and plus we made $50, and we got 50 points. Right? So you're not losing, you're actually winning. Because not only did you make money on buying more products, you also got more points, especially if you're building a team. Make sense?
Yes.
So that's a la carte. However, when you do packages, like 10 packs of tea, 25 packs of tea, multi-pack, a 500 pack, 1400 pack, 1100 pack, whatever package, pre-packaged item, you get 50% cash, 50% points. When you do a la carte individual products, you get 50% cash always, no matter what, 50% cash. But the points is only 25%. So if I know somebody who wants a bunch of nutritional items, but don't want all of the nutritional pack, I'm signing them up for the nutritional pack. And I'm taking the balance, and I'm only charging them for what they got started for. And I pay the difference, because guess what? From the main products that I got, plus what they got, plus I'm going to get 50% points. Now, I'm not saying you have to do that. That's just something I figured out, based on being Jamaican. That is not illegal, but it sure does make a heck of a lot more sense. I don't like working twice as hard. So if I know I have some people that they're never going to get started for 10 packs of tea because they don't have the money, or maybe they just want to try 4 teas. Okay, I'm not going to convince you otherwise. There are people who might want to get started for 10 teas. I'm not going to convince them, especially if I want to order teas. I might put them in for 25 teas, only for the 10, and I take the 15. I got paid for 25. I got 50% of the 25, right? And they got their 10 teas, they only got charged for the 10, especially if they're giving me the money. If it's their card, I'm not going to do it. Because you can't build somebody else's card for your praise. But for your craziness, if it's your card, and they've given you the cash, just don't overcharge them, because we're a business of integrity. The minute you stop doing things that are of integrity, the speed of trust depends, the speed of money depends on the speed of trust. When your team stops trusting you, you got problems, right? So they got to trust you. So that's something I've been able to do for a long, as I can remember. So for instance, when I'm giving $1,400 pack, of course, I will put it, unless you're going to give the person the money to put on their card, and then you come back order, and you do that, you let them know, hey, I know you want 4 to 6, here's my money, and then, but that's between you and I'm a part of this thing. I don't want it to be a part of the training, I just like giving you, I like transparent. I like being transparent because there are many ways, one plan is straightforward, 5 ways to make money, and there's 50, but there are many ways within the 5 ways that you can spin this. And you can go binary qualified. You have a customer, they're buying from you every month, they're not interested in your business. You know that they're going to get 10 packs of tea, they don't want to join your business. Don't sign them up. Use that money that they're going to buy the tea, they don't care for the business. Use that money, sign up someone, give them their tea. You got a business position for a family member, they got their tea. Does that make sense? Let them know, hey, is it okay that since I'm going to put your order through that I use my cousin's name because I know you're not interested in the business? They say yes, you are transparent. You have integrity, you're good. Don't plug somebody in without their permission. That is dishonest and illegal. But if somebody says, I don't want your business, I just want, there's a lady that bought 25 teas from me, she doesn't want this business. In fact, there's a man that used to buy 150 teas from me. He's going to make an order. Every single month, he bought 150 teas from me. He does not want TLC, he does not care for tea. He just wants tea because he keep coming to the shop asking him for tea. And he hates not having the product. So he gives me the cash. I do the order. I get 50% every single time. Plus I get 50% of the points. How do I do it? I know somebody who wants to get started with 10 teas. When I'm putting them into 10 teas, I'm putting them in for 150 as well. The system allows that, it's legal. So now I'm getting 50% back in points and 50% send back in cash. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Y'all following me?
Yes.
Y'all like this? This money is nice. So like for instance, I say I like to retail, right? My ownership is set to 120. I'm not gonna go in there and sign up somebody every single time for $1,400. No, but every single month somebody's joining my business. Guess what? When they're joining, I'm putting in them for what they're putting in, and I'm telling them in advance, hey, your receipt is gonna have this extra order. I'm using my card to pay for it. Is that okay? They don't mind. The volume to them is like they have personal volume. It doesn't make a difference, but in their head, everybody likes something free. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Especially, that volume means that now they qualify for the director, that extra director percentage. They only got started for 25T, and because of my extra order, they're qualifying for the director percentage. They're not gonna say no. I'm able to get 50% of my money back and 50% point towards my binary, which is going to my whole team, which means my binary check is gonna increase. My team's binary check is gonna increase, which means my match is gonna increase. Y'all following me?
Yes.
Yeah, you're making the money back, okay? All right, so that's 40 points. Okay, so we got that? All right, so binary, you're building two teams, a left team and a right team. That is from being too detailed, tell me, because then what I can do is be less detailed, and then next time I go into more detail. Okay? Because sometimes, I don't know about you, but when I'm at a new job and I'm being trained, I feel like they took my brain and they're because it's just information overload. And I know Coach Stormy Salamani, she doesn't do the information. They keep it very simple. The only reason I'm giving you guys a little bit more is because I know some people in here need their situation to be changed like right now. So I'm trying to show you that a few months ago when I needed my situation to change, like a lot more money because I had a lot more situations happening at the same time, I not only waited for my team, I not only started signing up persons, I not only tried selling, but now I figured out how to use my binary to place orders to get paid on my retail, again in my binary. Make sense? Who's going to go binary qualified? Who in here is going to get binary qualified? Right? Who in here is going to set their ownership to 120? Let me see you have it. Okay, set it and forget it. Let me show you all a trick that Denny's Lee taught us in Miami. Coach Stormy had a phenomenal event. She's having one this weekend. Any of you have friends in Miami, Florida? Plug them in. I'm going to be there. So she had a phenomenal event in December, and Ambassador Denny's Lee, who is a millionaire, multi-millionaire, she showed up. There was a time when they ran out of tea. You know, before they expanded the company, when Coach Stormy and Coach Pam joined the company, they caused the company to run out of tea, right? So Denise and her team said, we cannot wait, for this tea thing to come back for us to make money. We cannot wait to keep, if we're not signing new persons, we cannot wait on that to make money. There must be a way for me to make sure this money never goes away. She said there must be a way for me to make sure this money never go away. So one, they were becoming product of the product. Two, they were saying their ownership. And three, the ownership was stuck at 120. Let me show you how. And director. To go to the rank of director, and I'm still on the binary. Right? The 50% check matches afterwards. I'm still on the binary. So our first rank is director. For you to go director, you need 1,000 left in points. This is what I love about this company. We did a company before, and they had to be the number of people. No matter how much money they spend, it was based on the number of people. This is points. You could sign 2 persons and get 1,000 points. You could sign 1 person and get 1,000 points. It's volume, right? So you need 1,000 points left and 1,000 points right on a weekly basis to be director. A lot of people are like, oh my God, this is so hard. It does at first, but if you do exactly what they show, what's the executive ambassador, Jamaica Scott? She has this thing when she shows you, you're building a binary, right? This is you. So keep this in mind. This is you going director. You have a left team. You have a right team. And I'm going to go back to what Denise saying in a minute. All of this is going to tie together. You have a right team. If you focus on $300 packages, this is $300 packages. Meaning every time you do a $300 pack, you make $150 and 150 points. I'm going to show you two different ways. Let's say you put somebody there, you got 150 points, right? 150 points. Let's say you have those persons. This now is power of 2. To do the same thing, they got 150 left. This is week number 2. And 150 right. Okay? They got 150 left. 150 right. Now your binary is doing 300 left. Right. That makes sense? This person get 150 left. 50 right. This person's going to do the same thing. This person the same thing, right? 150 right. Then I ended up with 100 left. 150 left. The 100 pack is very. This used to be our most common pack. So this is how we. Right? By week number 3, how much did your binary make? Right? 600 less 600 right? By week number 4, teaching this person to do the same thing. They're getting binary qualified. You know why I'm showing you this? This is the power of going binary qualified. Is that you duplicate. You now don't have to sign up everybody. But if you show them to do it, who shows somebody to do it? Who shows some? Because guess what? You're going to meet one crazy person like me and Daniel or Lacey. They'll say, hey, I know more than 2 people. You know? I know 100. Or I know 50. But this is the basic way that anybody can use. Can you guys do this?
Yeah.
150 left, 150 right. Same here, 150 left, 150 right. And same over there. We duplicated that, right? So now we're at 1200. On each side. What are you now? Director. All you did was welcome to the team. Do you know 2 persons who would want either one or 2 make some money? The ones who you know want to make some money, can we get them started now? The ones who you know want to lose weight, there's a 371 pack. When they get started, you get 150 points, 150 cash. So either somebody want to lose weight or make money. Lose weight, make money. Danielle signed up. She kept calling him because he's a doctor and he's her friend. And she said, I want to lose some weight. When he saw that we had HCG and resolution, he said, I think I found a deal for you. He said nothing to her about the business. She got started for a product. Next day or 2, she got real mad because she found out there was a business involved. She went and she got started for multiple $500 packs. She spent about $5,000 that month. Because she couldn't keep products. She couldn't keep products. She kept buying products. Because she was losing weight, people was like, hey, how can I get started? Even her lazy, hateful friends were saying, hey, how can I get started? The friends who never wanted to do business with her before. Why? She was getting results. She lost the first month, like 20-some pounds.
Yes.
Following month, 30-some pounds. Like she was literally melting before our eyes. So even her hater friends, they want to lose weight. Even the friends at her school. When the money went up and she changed her car to a Mercedes, everybody from her school came out to the launch. Can y'all do this?
Yes.
This is the power of going binary qualified. And you can more than do this. Because some of you are going to be going in and you get started. And when people are getting started, you want more products. So you might even say, hey, do you mind that I add my reorders to your sign up? And so you've been pushing more volume in. There are people who got started here and they sold their 10 teas before they picked it up. So literally, they can sell 10 teas every other day. If you're doing that every other day, let's say 15 times 10, that's 1,500 times 2. Y'all get the picture?
Yes.
spend money for one thing. Alright? Another way you can duplicate is a more common type. Is the 100. Daniel, you figured it out? Let's say somebody got started for 100. This is going to take more, right? It's going to take about 2 months. But if you waited this long to get rich, is 2 months bad? No, right? So here you go. You got one person started for $100. The company said they're going to give you 50 points, 50 cash. So right here, this person 50, this person 50. You have them duplicated. Again, some people are going to be more. Some people are going to be same. Right? Right? So let's say this person duplicates. Daniel, can you tell me how long before we get to it? 6 weeks? Oh, so it's only 2 weeks extra? Come on, man. That's what this is. And that's all we want you to do is duplicate. So if we help you get 10 new people starting their business the first month, anywhere from 2 to 10. Most persons never go binary qualified if they don't launch. So today we're going to be booking launches for the next 60 to 90 days. When we say 60 to 90 days, there's nobody here we're going to book beyond 30 days from now. In fact, your launch should happen anywhere between 72 to 48, 48 to 72 hours. We want to launch you. Within you getting your product, taking your product, getting results, writing your list. You cannot book a launch day without writing a list of 50 persons who could be customers and 50 persons who could be business partners. You got to plan to win and expect to win. You got to plan and expect to win. Right? That makes sense? Yeah. Then you figure out how many weeks? 6 weeks. So guys, you need 6 weeks of duplication of the $100 class for you to get to director. Let me tell you something. It's easy to buy volumes to director, but you don't want to buy volumes to director. You want an organization that's duplicated. Now let's do this. Let's take these numbers out, right? And let's put in 120. Let's say these are, they get started for 100, but their ownership is 120, right? Alright, guys, sorry for the sounds of the kids. There's a lot of moms in the room, and we like to get family environment, so if you're easily distracted like me, just don't pay attention. So you start having these persons on ownership. Isn't that more powerful? So don't watch how you start. It's about the mindset shift. So the person that started bought 10 packs of tea. They sold 8 and made back their 160. And they took 2 and lost some weight. Guess what? Got a believer. Do you have yourself a believer? Yes. Are they more willing to try 3 products every single month? Or sell 12 packs of tea every single month? Y'all following me? Y'all giving me no energy, man. As Coach Sherman said, well, no, squeeze up here. Y'all following me? Yeah. No, let me show you why I'm telling you this. Back to Miss Denise Lee, Mrs. Denise Lee, or ambassador in this company, multi-millionaire. Now, when a millionaire talk, what do? Listen. No, seriously. This woman, just in the binary alone, makes $1 million. Binary alone. I told you we got paid 5 ways. This woman in the front of the room, she tells me she had a house that burned down, and she couldn't even restore it because she was broke. She tells us she was about to lose her home because she was so broke. She told us that she kept getting job after job after job because she couldn't keep a job. But she kept getting a job anyway because she was so broke. She told us she couldn't afford to do anything because she was so broke. But then she joined this business, took the product, got the results, built the team, made some money, and then she showed us how she's able to duplicate having ambassador capping out at $20,000 a week. You want to see this? 20,000. Let's start with director. Let's say you have some people on ownership of 120. How many 120s per month? Let's say points. How many 120s per week do you need to? How many 120s per week? Five? Five. I want you guys to see this. That means that you need 20 persons in your business in total who are dedicated to 3 products. Directors are making about what, 240? 240 a week? Yeah. Who in here, if you are making say, roughly $960? Who in here, if you're making an additional $960 a month, that could change your life? All you need to do is find 20 persons left, 20 persons right, a total of 40 customers or business partners who are willing to be committed to taking 3 products or selling 3 products, minimum. Can y'all do that? Yeah. It starts with you, because you cannot say something that you don't do. Which 3 products are you going to take? Which 3 products do you like? Maybe not you, maybe your dad, your mom, your kids, maybe your neighbor, maybe your in-laws. Which 3 products are you willing to try, to have experience, to have results from? Every single one. It doesn't have to be the same 3. You can change them every single one. And then you can change, don't you think I can see the conviction? When you have as much products in your house as I do, and we don't have it stacked up, we have it taken, we have it set. Carrier, when you're out of products, who's the first person you call? Seeing that they're out of products, we're never out of products, by the way. By the way, if TLC is out on your website, we have it. Can we get a round of applause? If TLC is out on your website, I don't have, the system has. Always. This is the sacrifice Dr. Thomas, Coach Stormy, myself, the Pam McCray and Nate McCray has made to make sure. In fact, Ayul made sacrifices early, ordering a lot of products, but we have products to make sure that products. When you were out of products, he had products to give to persons. But you don't ever have to go through that anymore because you have a good system. Right? So this is it right here. Guys, I will never teach you how to go regional. You want to know why? To go regional, all you got to do is have some director, who has some people go executive, and then that goes to regional, which goes to national. When I was in another company, a man told me something, I was so dumb. You ever look back on something like that, and I was dumb. All these degrees, and I had no sense. I was in another company, I was a top rank, and I wanted to get to the next rank, and I was stuck. And he said something that I will never forget, which is exactly what we do. He said, you don't know how to go to the next rank because you've never been to the next rank. But you know how to get to the rank where you are. He said, go to the rank where you are currently again. So I'm like, what do you mean? He said, do it one more time. Find another set of persons and take them director. And take them whatever. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do exactly what you did, but now with the experience that you didn't have, do it quicker, do it faster, and do it stronger. Guys, for you to go executive, all you gotta do is duplicate. And go binary. Ensure that they have their authorship set to 40. If they're winners, you want to tell them, set it to 120 and forget it. If they want to make money, you want to book a launch. You want to make sure that your conference calls out. Guys, why am I including all this information? The money ties into everything. So binary, one left, one right. You're helping those persons to get binary qualified. You're making sure that they have ownership of 40 to 120. If they're real serious about the business, 120 and forget it. You're helping them to do the same. You're helping them tell their people to do the same. And so on and so forth. If you can go director, and you can help your team go director, all you need is 4 directors on your left, right? I roughly about 4 directors on your left. Or 2, minimum 2 to 4 directors on your left, 2 to 4 directors on your right. And you're an executive. How do you do that? You duplicate. It takes 6 weeks to go director. Guess what? It's not going to take somebody else 6 weeks. Because now they're benefiting off of your momentum. And they may not even need to build one leg, they may only need to build build two legs, and they only need to build one. David never needed to build two legs because his team on the left was benefiting from the momentum of Dr. Thomas. So all he needed to do was build his right leg. It's not going to happen the same for all of us. But what I'm saying is this business is powerful. All you need to do is become binary qualified. Set your authorship to 120 and forget it if you're serious. Teach your people to go binary qualified. Help them set theirs to 120 and forget it. Help them go binary qualified, so on and so forth. And before you know it, we have over, Daniel, pay attention. How many directors do we have? Over 70, 80 directors? Yeah, we have more. We only had a couple directors, but the momentum that's going to happen, some of you, just because you got started last week or this week, you're going to hit rank, and you're going to be like, what does that mean? Carrie one day, because Carrie had one of my top positions, she almost hit executive one day, and all she does is retail. But she went binary qualified. So she started to store volume on one side, and so all she needed to do was put volume on the other side. She's able to duplicate that. Does that make sense? Did I confuse you guys? No. If I did, I'm going to be available. I'm a numbers person. I can get very technical. I'm working on it. It's called personal development. So I can simplify information. If I confuse anybody at all, I'm available for the next 2 hours to answer questions. I'm available for the next 2 hours to book launches and do some team planning and strategy. All of you here, who here going binary qualified? Okay. Who here is already binary qualified? Okay, so then you need to go qualify again. You understand what I'm saying? If you get to the next rank, then you need to do what you did already, because you don't know how to get to director, but you know how to become binary qualified. If you need to keep doing that and duplicating that until you get to this, then that's what you do. When you get to this, then you do that. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's simple, it's easy, and it's completely duplicatable. Does that make sense? Thank you very much for your time. Anybody have any questions? So we have quite a few ranks, and it gets technical on how you get paid and all that. None of that is important right now. Right now, this week is we are all, whether you're binary qualified or not, we're all going binary qualified. And no matter how long you're serious, you may be changing your ship from 40 to 120. And if you're a director and you want to wonder why you're not getting your match, you may need to change your order. If your ownership is less than 80, you are not getting any match. I learned that, but I didn't know that. I didn't, but I've always been so high. So I got no match this week until I changed my ownership. Right? So you want to make sure, if you don't know, we'll walk you through the laptops today. We'll go in with you, we'll plug in, we'll set up your card information. If your card didn't sign up, you want to make sure that you go in your back office. We're going to show you how to order your card. If you don't already know, we're going to show you how to put in your ownership if you don't already know. We're going to help you get everything. Alright? I think I went way over my time, but I was excited. Thank you guys. So we're going to hand back over. I don't know if she's even available. She may be gone. Okay, Miss Pamela McCrae. Oh, there you are.
Yes, you know what? Yes.
You took a nap.
Let me make sure I'm okay. Okay, can you guys hear me? Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. And yes. Wow, awesome. You know what? The greatest part about all of this is, yes, we are committed. Team Jamaica and Coach Nate and I, we've been listening in. We've been working behind the scenes. See, we know how to multitask in order to get it done, but we wanted to commit to you guys this Saturday in order to really give you an in-depth training. So you have been able to hear from your national director, Natalie. Hold on, give me 1 second. Natalie Lufung out there in Jamaica. I tell you, just committed. You heard about the compensation plan, what you guys need to get done. So I'm not going to be before you too long. Nate and we're going to wrap this training up. Know that, you know, as you're being trained, today your leaders felt like you needed to have a lot of information in order to be able to move forward. So every training won't be as in-depth as this, but they wanted to make sure that as you go on down this journey, as we truly embark upon this 1,000 families, and as we're entering Project 50,000 fully loaded, now you have everything that you need in order to get this thing done. So I just want to say phenomenal training by Natalie. And the things that I want to touch on quickly now is activity, because you've been able to hear about, first and foremost, the products. You were able to hear from Lacey how to build your business with your back office and knowing some certain things that you need to know online. You were able to hear about the compensation plan from National Director Natalie out there in Jamaica to now know, okay, what do you need to do? Even activities. She spent a lot of time on retailing, and know that retailing is the key that unlocks the compensation plan. So when you focus on getting these products out there into the marketplace, that is how you're going to now be able to share the stories, retail the products, and do what we call retail to recruit, so that now you are getting yourself binary qualified. It is very important that you all take action now at this point. Now is the time for you to move forward. This is a new week. Saturday, you have all the way until Thursday to determine your paycheck for this week. But the good thing about Total Life Changes is that you make a decision to determine your paycheck on a daily basis. So in addition to the system paychecks, you are in control of the daily payout, the daily money that is coming into your household. You heard Natalie share how yesterday, in one day's time, I know it was at least $1,000, but I heard her say something about paying $2,000 worth of bills. Products, but knowing how to flow that volume back into the binary, because remember, the residual income is the money that you want to continue to build. That the product volume is what we get paid off of. So I'm just going to quickly touch on some activities now moving forward, because I heard Natalie say that she's available for the next 2 hours now to book out her calendar. And that's what needs to happen now, because we could teach you and train you all day long, but we got to know that this thing is really all about simplicity. It's all about doing the basic activities in order to get this thing done. All right. So beginning with obviously retail, touched on that. I am not going to go over that. I'm sure that every single one of you knows the concept behind that. Now, the next thing, the home parties or the office parties. So the beautiful thing about you guys, Team Jamaica, is that your leader, Natalie, has truly opened up the office space that you are in today to say, you know what, if you do not feel like, you know, comfortable inviting people into your home, maybe you're not in a situation where you can have people come into your home, but that office space is available. So that should be a revolving door for all of you, Team Jamaica. I know that you have your weekly opportunity meetings that are taking place. I know Natalie said that you guys have like over 20 meetings already planned, you know, throughout this month and getting it done. But in the midst of all of those meetings, guess what? Now you have the opportunity to book your, let's call it home/office party. Okay. And now before you leave there today, every single one of you should be on their calendar saying, I am going to take control. I am going to take responsibility for a party and a time. So it doesn't matter whether it's at your home. It doesn't matter whether it is at the office. These are part of the principles. This is one of the principles to having a successful business over here. Remember, you cannot participate in the promise unless you practice the principles. So now you're going to take responsibility for a day and a time. All right. By taking responsibility for that day and time, it means that this is your opportunity to bring your guests, okay, or to invite your guests to your home, to now be able to share the products, to now get you some new customers, and at the end of the day, to also find you some business partners, because there's going to be some people out there looking for the opportunity, but know that we always lead with the products. We always lead with the stories, okay? Remember that. So that is task number one. Don't leave there without booking and committing to a day and time. And I don't know, Natalie, you may want to group some people together saying, okay, we're going to do a party for, 2 or 3 people on this date in order to pack out the room. But know that these activities are how you're going to get yourself binary qualified, because now that is your first goal. And after you get that goal happening, the duplication is going to begin to take place. And now you're going to look up and director is done. And so by taking advantage of the fact that you have a unique situation to where you can bring people to, that is something that you want to do. So make the commitment, because that is a foundational principle of having these parties, okay? So that's the first thing that I want to talk about. The next thing are, okay, what we are doing right now is a Google Hangout. Now, this is an added tool. This is not something that, we want to depend upon. But just like we're doing this training today, we're going to continue with doing these trainings. But what I would like to see Team Jamaica do is us commit to doing a Google Hangout launch, okay, where all of you now are able to invite your people to an online party, basically. And that's going to be something that we're going to put into place and do quite often. A great tool, in addition, where now people can be in the comfort of their home, meaning just because you're in Jamaica does not mean that the only people you know are in Jamaica, right? So now we want to be able to expose this to the masses, meaning now you're able to leverage social media, right? And also your friends, your family that may be over in different countries or in the United States. So we are going to get with your leadership and definitely plan out some Google Hangouts to where now we are launching, Team Jamaica, and now you're able to benefit from that. So that's an added tool that we're talking about. And even with the trainings like today. Now, today was a very in-depth training. We have been, doing this for quite some time, but you guys got a lot of information. But there's going to be some days in which we just say, hey, let's gather the team. Let's do, instead of your hour training call on the phone, let's get online for an hour and let's talk to Team Jamaica. So those are definitely going to be going and moving forward. As we move forward, we're going to be making sure that those are implemented into the process also. Then the last thing that I am going to touch on before I bring Coach Nate on to the line is the power of the launch. Now, Natalie, I don't know what the system is, but I can tell you, I hope that you guys, have some type of, Natalie, you can chime in. Do you guys have some type of like calling system to where a person can actually, schedule a private call? Natalie, chime in for me for a second before I even talk about these. I want to make sure we're doing the right activities.
Okay, so for them to schedule like the calls that you have in the US?
I can't hear you.
You're talking about like the calls you do in the US? I think I'm muted.
All right, shoot.
No.
But for some reason, I cannot hear you, and it might be that we've gone too long, and the system says, "All right." So WhatsApp me, and let me know. But let me talk about the power of the launch, Team Jamaica, as I'm waiting for a response in the group from Natalie. But let me talk about the power of the launch and doing a private call. As long as we have a system, set up to where you guys, now it all starts with the list, okay? And the list is very, very important, where now you're going to reach out to people on the list and have a very private call. This is one of the activities that Nate and I have been able to do to really implement into our organization, to where in addition, okay, there's no system for that. So if there's no system for that, then we really don't need to talk about the phone call launches. But basically, the way that you guys can now take the power of the launch, consider it a virtual grand opening. See, remember, any type of business that we start, we don't just want to start it. We want to take massive action. It's all about taking massive action. And this 90-day run today or Monday should be the start, because that is the start of Project 50K Fully Loaded. Monday, everyone should be on a 90-day run. So by September 6th, there should be some goals that have truly been accomplished and new stories created. Okay, so let me just talk about how you guys can take the VGO, the launch, and put it into a private atmosphere. You can leverage, just like I said, the office that you have going on where you're going to invite people, or we're going to leverage the Google Hangout platform. Since we cannot do a phone call, you can commit to saying, I want to do a virtual grand opening, just like a Kentucky Fried Chicken or McDonald's or any of these businesses around the world. When they open their doors, they have a grand opening. You need to commit to doing a grand opening, a global grand opening, because again, just like I said, I know you know people beyond Jamaica. So we can do it from the Google Hangout platform, since there's not a phone system that we could do, which is just like us getting on here. You're edifying. You would be on this platform, just like you see our faces on this platform, because it's your launch. And again, we can come together and do several of you at one time, to where you're on this platform, your guests are seeing your face, okay? And now you've shared your testimony, your personal testimony. You're going to be able to share your personal testimony on this platform. It's very powerful because you've edified who you're working with. You've edified, Natalie's story. You've edified Daniel's story. You've edified the different stories that are happening. So you guys got to know each other's story, because we have to become master storytellers. So now we create this platform, this Google Hangout platform, and now we're doing these virtual grand openings to where you've edified the different stories, your leadership, and we're going to come on here. You edify Nate and I's story. We're going to come on here and do a private presentation for your guests. And now you've told us who's going to get on this hangout. And so now you've submitted some names, because you've written down this list. Okay, it's not just in your head. It's got to go to paper. All right. And so you've written down this list, and you've said, you know what? I've reached out to such and such, such and such, such and such, John and Sally and Jane and Deborah, and all these people that are now going to get on this virtual grand opening Google Hangout. And so guess what? We're going to name drop. We're going to say, we're going to name drop. We're welcoming Deborah and John from, South Africa or United Kingdom or United States or Florida, wherever. And so now we're welcoming them. So now it's very personal, because they're feeling some kind of way, because they're like, wow, I'm being mentioned on this live Google Hangout. And so it's personal, it's private. So these can be the very things that are going to happen in your organization that will take it to the next level, because now you're able to leverage the privacy and of the call, and now it's going to give it back up to you, because it shows connection. See, there's power in being connected. And so you guys are all connected to some incredible leadership, and now you're able to leverage our leadership to put your guests in front of the atmosphere Google Hangout platform that we'll be using to do these virtual grand openings. And now listen, it's going to be a very powerful launch for all of you. So that's what I want to leave you with. These are the activities that need to happen. So before you leave there today, get with leadership. Book the office party, book your grand openings. You guys, Natalie, I'm going to leave it in your hands to how you want to do it. Again, we can put several people on the platform and say, you know what? We're going to do a global launch for Natalie, Lacey, Daniel, David, so many of you. But let's just say, okay, this is their day, this is their time. But guess what? All of you are going to be able to invite to it. You all can leverage it, but now it's their private Google Hangout in which they're going to be on this platform. You're going to hear their story. And so now as you hear their story, they're going to edify our stories. And so we'll speak and we'll present, and it's a powerful connection. So activity is key. That is what we got to do now, because we could talk all day long, but it's really about getting ourselves into gear to not just be on the team, but in the game. So I now at this time am going to turn this hangout to my phenomenal husband, my business partner. I tell you, teamwork makes the dream work, and everything we do, we operate as one, okay? And we get it done, and we're excited, Team Jamaica, because you guys truly have something powerful, and we are committed to you guys 100% to get this thing done. So none other than National Director, my phenomenal business partner, my husband, Mr. Nathan McCray. Let's bring this training home so that everybody could go to work. All right.
Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can't hear you.
Thumbs up. How about now? Okay, they hear me there. I think something's wrong with your mic. You muted me, Pam. They hear me. All right. So y'all hear me, right? Thumbs up. Okay, awesome.
Oh, you
So,
guys can hear him?
Yeah, I was talking earlier.
Oh, maybe I'm muted. Okay.
You muted me.
Sorry.
Check it. All right. So you know, this is an amazing training, guys. It went for a little while, but you guys got the information that that you needed, and I think everybody still hung in there. And we're gonna have these moments. Right now, I know the momentum is super high over here in the States, and I know we talk about you guys all the time in Jamaica. How excited you are and how hungry you are, and the momentum is high in Jamaica as well, because as I see your leaders get up and present in front of the room, I can see their passion. I can see Daniel, he talked about the products. I mean, he was very passionate about them, and he knows a lot about the products. But I want you guys to understand that you have a leader that is a product, he's pretty much a product expert. He's done his due diligence. He's been around it for a while, so you have him to pull on. So don't let that slow you down, or don't get discouraged because you don't quite know all of the details on the products. If you want to get the down and dirty, just simply go online and type in totallifechanges.com/products, and it'll give you the quick detail of what all of our products do. Nothing in depth, but it'll give you the quick detail, and you'll be able to talk that lingo. But Daniel's there at your disposal, so great job, Daniel, giving the product knowledge. And then Natalie came in. You could definitely always see Natalie's enthusiasm and her passion for what she does, and just her passion for wanting to see you guys win, and the island of Jamaica, just wanting to see Jamaica as a whole not just be a blip on the map, but make noise, and all of a sudden get the recognition that you guys deserve, because there's been some paths that have been charted for you guys, some lines that have been crossed, by Natalie and Daniel, and I know a few other individuals that have crossed the lines over from Jamaica to the States. So a lot has been done. Natalie is always very passionate. She's always going to give you guys the very detailed, information to make sure all of the bases are covered. But so then you got Miss Pam McCray came on and give you guys the blueprint on how to do the VGOs and home parties and things of that nature. And she didn't really go into great depth with that. I mean, and for good reason, all right, because some of this may not apply to you guys right this very moment, all right, but it's getting ready to start applying to you, because you guys even bridge the gap on the home parties. Now Natalie opened up an office right there, so you guys have a place to come and start having these home parties. So now what's left. The only thing that's really left is for you guys, first of all, to work on yourselves, your personal development. You got to understand that in order to be personally developed and somebody else to see that you're developed to a level that they want to follow you, then you have to become the person that you want to basically partner with in your business. So I want to keep this very, very simple, because that's the foundation of what we do. Simplicity and duplication. That's going to be a reoccurring theme. You're going to always hear me say that, all right? And there's a very good reason, and I'll bring that out here in just a moment. But one of the things that you definitely want to do is you want to get a few books. And if you guys got your pen and paper, write these few books down that Pam and I think are very, very detrimental to some of you that are just coming into the industry. Maybe some of you veterans that have never really read these books, and you never really did the personal development. You may want to get these books as well. I urge everybody to get at least these 3 books to start off in your network marketing venture with Total Life Changes. I'll say this, and then I'll give you guys the books. There's an individual I know. He basically says, I'm not going to allow any of my past success or my past failures to basically come into play. I'm going to come into this like I know absolutely nothing, and I'm going to allow the people that have already done it to basically show me what the system is, because I believe personally, and I know Pam does too, there's something special that's happening here with Total Life Changes. There's a complete paradigm shift that's happening, and that's happened in the industry of network marketing. It was happening 2 years ago, all right? But it happened, ladies and gentlemen, here already. The paradigm shift happened, and now Total Life Changes has completely changed the face of the game in network marketing. So that's why all of the past things that you used to do in other companies, even in your companies that you're in that wasn't network marketing, all of that stuff needs to be thrown out. And in order to personally develop yourself, you have to realize, no matter where you were, if you were doing an industry job or if you were in corporate America, I realized really quick that I was groomed for corporate America. I was not groomed for network marketing. In corporate America, it's for you to do this, do that, because I said so, because I've been given the power, and you have to do what I say. No, that's not how it is here in network marketing. Network marketing is a people business. It's a relationship building business. I didn't have to build relationships in corporate America. I know, Natalie, you can attest to what I'm saying. You don't have to build relationships in people. All you have to do is basically be there and tell people what to do, because you've been put in as the leader. But here, people have to want to follow you, not because they're told, because they have to want to follow you. All right. So in order for you to get people to follow you, you have to be a person that they want to follow, plain and simple. There's no guesswork to that, no reading into it. All right. I always say, I tell our teams here in the States, initial power perceived is initial power achieved. So that means when somebody sees you, that's the first thing they do. They see you with their eyes. They never, before they ever hear you, they see you. There's going to be some rare occurrences where they hear your voice before they see you. But for the most part, people see you first. If they don't like what they see, then they've already stereotyped you and put you in a certain group of people before you even talk. Now it's harder to get that barrier down, okay? So the 3 books that you need to get, ladies and gentlemen, is My First Year in Network Marketing by Mark Yarnell. All right, write that down. All right. The second audio that I want you guys to really listen to, and this may be in PDF or book format, I'm not sure. I've only ever listened to it in audio, is The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. All right. Definitely listen to that. You listen to that on YouTube. And you'll find it there. The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. Just that audio, I think it's only maybe 15 to 20 minutes, if that. I don't think it's that long. It's going to basically tell you some stuff that some simple stuff that you never would have imagined. Talking about why people do what they do. And in My First Year in Network Marketing is going to answer a lot of the questions that you would normally ask about, things that happen in network marketing. It's going to give you a really, really good understanding. And the third book that everybody needs to get, guys, is 3 Feet from Gold. All right, talking about turning your obstacles into opportunity, and that's by a young lady named Sharon Lecter. All right, and it's one of those Think and Grow Rich series. It's all a part of that. It's tied into that. So My First Year in Network Marketing. Listen to the Earl Nightingale audio on YouTube, or what's the other one, Pam? Tell me what the other one is. It's I have my phone. Brain cramp. What's the audio? What was that?
You just mentioned 3 Feet from Goal. You looking for another audio?
No. Program that we listen to.
The Magic of Believing?
No. It's an app.
Oh, Audible.com.
Audible.com. Hold up. Audible.com. You can get it. So go ahead, mute, Pam. I'm hearing you twice. So there you go. So definitely 3 Feet from Gold is going to help you to understand, okay, you don't need to quit so easily, and it's going to give some very, very valuable life lessons in there as well. So personal development, if I would say there's anything that has propelled me and Pam, to the level that we're on right now, is personal development. You're going to hear people throw a ton of books out there, a ton of books, but these books need to be read in a certain order. If you read other books before you read My First Year in Network Marketing, they'll mean something to you, but you're a little out of order. All right, the first book, my first year in network marketing is going to answer a ton of your questions. All right. So becoming a person, and we talked on the conference call this morning to our leaders here in the States, and they basically wanted to know, what is it that I can do to make me better? And one of the things that I said, for sure, Coach Nate's going to do, if you call me and you ask me, what is it that I need to do from a personal perspective or from a physical perspective, I'm going to always tell you, because I would much rather hurt your feelings than harm your future. A lot of people get very, very emotional, and they're not ready to hear the things that they need to hear because they're not ready to grow yet. A lot of people can't get past that person that they are today or the person that they were yesterday to become the person that they need to become. So if you get out of your own way and put your feelings in your pocket and allow people to help you grow, then you're going to find that your journey is going to be a lot easier, okay? So guys, let's talk a little bit about your goal setting. All right, goal setting is very, very simple, all right? Because I believe that everything should be kept simple. If you have what we call SMART goals, ladies and gentlemen, those goals are going to, if you put it that way, those goals are going to tremendously help you line up your goals. So SMART goals are specific, SMART goals are measurable, SMART goals are achievable, relevant, and they are time measured. All right. So if you're going to look at your goals and how you should really, really lay them out, guys, your specific goals, you should know exactly what your goals are. All right. You should know why you're doing what you're doing, and you should know exactly what you're doing. All right. Specific goals. We talked to our team earlier, and we said, you know what? You can't tell us that you want to do this, this, and this, and you don't have a game plan to get there. You don't know. You have this specific goal that you want, but you don't know how to get there. All right. And we'll talk about closing that goal off here in a moment. But measurable goals. Your goals needing to be measurable. All right. No goals need to be open-ended. All right. Your goals need to be, if you tell me, like our team was telling us this morning, well, I'm going to have 5 people in Atlanta. I'm going to have 10 people in Atlanta. Or they'll say, I'm going to have 2 people in Miami. I got 5 tickets. Okay, well, and they say I have 5 people that are saying they're going to buy tickets. Okay, well, when are those people going to buy their tickets? All right, close the loop on the 10 that you have. When we have our next leadership meeting, we're going to hold them accountable to the 10 people. Well, how close are you to getting the 10 people that you said you're going to get? All right, and when are you going to have those 10 people locked in to be able to come to the Atlanta Super Regional? So that's how your goals should be measurable. Nothing should be open-ended. All right, your achievable goals should always be something that you can achieve. Don't make these ungodly goals that you want to say, I want to make, bring 50 people to the event. That's just a goal that's not achievable. All right, am I saying you can't do that? But in the time frame that you have, let's just be realistic, okay? Which is the next part of SMART goals. All right, is realistic or relevant. Your goals need to be relevant to what you're doing, or realistic. All right, so I think 20 people from your team, like Natalie, if Natalie says, Coach Nate, I want to have 20 people from my team in Atlanta, I believe that that's achievable. I believe that's a realistic goal for her to set. I honestly think it's a low goal. She hasn't said that, but I know she's going to have more than that. But she says 10. All right. So she says 10. I believe you can do about 25 to 30, Natalie. So if you can have, if that person knows that they can have 20 people, then how are you working toward getting yourself to that number? See, it sounds good. It sounds real good when you just say, I'm going to have all of these people there, and everybody on the phone is like, wow, that's amazing. One of the things that Coach Stormy said last night that I really, really loved is that this next movement, 50K fully loaded, is going to expose the fakers. Everybody that's faking the funk, as we used to call it, and not really doing what they should be doing. They're not practicing in the principles so they can participate in the promise. All of those people are going to be exposed. And just like when you go to the nightclub and the light comes on and everybody starts to scurry for the door, then that's exactly what's going to happen. But all of the confident people, they stand tough because they've been doing what they should have been doing. they've been practicing the principles so that they can participate in the promise. All right. So when you're setting your goals, the last piece is your goals need to be timely. All right. Or timely, time sound. That means there should never be an open-ended goal. If you tell me you're going to make $100,000, then what's the date? Write your date down. Know your date. Know your numbers. Know exactly, this is a part of being specific as well. Know how much money you need to make daily, weekly, and monthly to achieve your goals. And I'll go a little deeper. If you have a daily goal of making $200 in retail, or I'll put it down to tea, or selling 10 packs of tea a day, and you close out the day and you only sell 8 packs of tea, that's not an L. Okay, you fell short of your goal by 2 packs of tea. You take those 2 packs of tea and you compound and add those to the next day. So now you need 12 packs of tea to sell for the next day. So what does that do for you? That gets your goals achieved for one, and it also makes sure that you're not skipping on getting your goal done that day, because a lot of people will simply say, oh, well, I'll just push this to the next day. Well, before you know it, you were supposed to sell 10 packs of tea a day, and you closed out the week and you've only sold 5 packs of tea for the week. And now out of the 70 packs of tea that you need to sell for the week, you've only sold 5 packs, and now you got 65 packs of tea that you haven't sold. Now you're way behind on your goals. The most successful people in the world were the hardest on themselves, and they never let anybody else outdo them. They never settled for second place. So always have a very, very time-oriented mechanism to your goal. All right, always know that this is what I want to do on this date, this is how I want to do it, and this is when I want to get it accomplished. All right, so the last thing that I want to talk about, guys, is really our game plan. I've heard, we heard Natalie talk about the retail game plan. We heard Daniel talk about the product. We heard Coach Pam talk about the VGOs and the office parties and everything. And all of those are the components to your game plan. But the simplicity and the duplication is what I'm going to go back to. All right, people are going to do exactly what they see and hear you do and say. Let me say that again. People are going to do exactly what they see and hear you do, and see and hear you and hear you say. So whatever you say, if it's complicated, if you're just saying something to sound profound, then they're gonna think they need to say something to sound profound. If you're doing something that's outside of the 4 phases of success, then they're going to think they need to do something that's outside of the 4 phases of success. See, because that 4th phase, all right, because they've given you the first 3 phases of that success, being a product of the product, and understanding, making your list and having the home parties and basically doing the follow-up and everything, all right? But that 4th piece is duplicating, getting plugged in and duplicating. What are you duplicating? A simple system. For everybody on this that can hear me right now, you guys should be thinking about making your ends meet. We talked about that in the group the other day. We talked about you making your ends meet first, and I talked about that a little earlier. Make your ends meet. Guys, there's nothing worse than a person that's hurting and is out there trying to help other people. What happens is that person acts out of desperation. And when you're acting out of desperation, there's no way that you can function in the best interest of that person that you're talking to. People can smell desperation a mile away. They see it coming a mile away. So that means it's a simple fix. All you got to do is put the oxygen mask on yourself first. If you know that you need to make $150 a week extra, US, translate that into Jamaican money. If you know you need to make an extra $500 a month, then figure out a system or a way to make your ends meet, which generally requires you helping somebody else make their ends meet. So how are you going to do that? You're going to go out and you're going to push that T. See, people forget about what happened the first 90 days. All right, I know exactly what I saw the first 90 days. I didn't check into this opportunity until 7 months down the road. I watched Pam do what she did, and I basically made sure that everything was straight. Pam was, we talked about everything, Pam, that before she did it, you know, so I was the behind the scenes guy that we talked about things before she went out. Pam was basically the face of the McCrae's, all right, because I'm a businessman, all right. In the beginning, I knew the numbers. I knew that this industry is 87% dominated by females. I knew that. It wasn't important for me at that time to have my face in the limelight. And Pam didn't even want her face in the limelight because we're not those people. Because we failed for so long in this industry, so now we understand that we just want to help other people not fail. So for 7 months, we powwowed about what was going to happen, and I made sure that Pam was able to go everywhere that she needed to go with Coach Stormy and that initial crew. All right, I made sure that she was there. So now, after that 7 month time span, guys, when I checked in, it was all strategic. I knew that we needed to make X amount of dollars in order for me to be able to stop doing what I was doing and actually say, you know what, I can now do this full time. So in order for you to make those ends meet, you're going to have to understand that the simplicity and the duplication of what we're doing here, ladies and gentlemen, needs to be your driving motivation. All right? Do not allow yourself to get caught up in everything that's going on in the industry and around you and in other teams and what everybody's doing. You have to learn how to keep this thing simple. And while you're making your ends meet, you're making everybody else's ends meet around you. So you guys are making your ends meet together, and you're creating that retail to recruit scenario, because as you're retailing these products, you're doing your follow-ups, and you're finding out how these products are working for people, and they know that you genuinely care about their health, and now you can show them that you care about their wealth. So now you're retailing to recruit. So your game plan is simple, literally. We gave you a lot of information on this call today, but your game plan has to be the simplicity of duplication. When you go out and you sell a pack of tea to somebody and you ask them, do you or anyone you know want to lose 5 pounds in 5 days? The answer to that question is always going to be yes. I actually asked you 3 to 4 questions. Do you or anybody you know want to lose 5 pounds in 5 days? And at some point in time, you're going to be able to add the 4th question to that if it's a money motivated person, and make an extra $500 to $1,000 this week. 4 questions that you just asked in 1 sentence. The answer to at least one of those questions is always yes. So now once you do that, that person's going to say, yeah. If they don't say me, they're going to say, yeah, I know somebody. Either they're going to say, let me buy that for them, or they're going to say, let me give you their information. Let's say, no, I know, but I know my friend. Okay, well, let me get her information so I can, get with her, or can you get with her? Hook me up with her. And now you sold a pack of tea, and that person saw how simple it was for you to do that. And now when you go back to them with the recruitment aspect of retail to recruit with your follow-up, now they see how simple it is for them to do the same exact thing. Now you're going to be able to start worrying about, the money aspect of it, because now you got people that have product in their system that's creating that emotional attachment, and they got to have it now because they saw the results. So at this point, now all of these people are saying, okay, how do I get the wealth building principle of this thing? Let me tell you one of the secrets to what Pam and I have been doing. We don't even have a customer number. Some of you know what that means. We don't even know what that customer number would be. Why? Because we've never ordered from ourselves. We've never ordered from ourselves. Not once. So we've never received a retail commissions from a sale that we create from ourselves on our website. We've never gotten that 50% back. So why? You're saying, well, why, Coach Nate, did you guys not capitalize on that? We don't capitalize because we know the power of the binary. We wanted to build that slow money, that beach money, that sleep money, that wealth building principle, the American dream that we have over here that says you can do what you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it, and as much of it as you want to do it. The only way we knew that we can do that is if we started building our binary. So in order to build our binary, we had to feed that binary. So every time we place an order in our binary, instead of placing it in our own as a customer, we drop down to the lowest part of our organization and we place our order. And we feed our organization from the bottom up, because we all know that the binary is bottom fed. Okay? Nothing falls down, everything rolls up. And you would not imagine how many people that do not understand that principle and don't know how to do it. You need to have, if a person's in your organization, all right, and they want you to place, they want to build their binary, they shouldn't have a problem with giving you their login. Or they shouldn't have a problem with you going in, them getting you in their back office and basically you feeding an order. We have most of the people in our organization log in because we want to be able to place an order in the lowest part of our organization in order to feed our whole organization. So talking about retail, that's right now on-demand money. On the website, that's right now on-demand money. People got to go to your website to order that. You got to hand the product to somebody to order that. Okay? As a matter of fact, the retail component on your website is probably the closest thing that you're going to get to the binary, because it feeds the binary. Think about it. The retail component for your website, your global ordering system is what I like to call it. All right, that free website, it feeds the binary, even from distributors. When you as a distributor go in and you place that order, you're feeding the binary and you're building everybody's beach money. So everybody wants to know how we're able to build such a stable income. It's auto ship. People are on auto ship and people get attached to our products and they don't stop because they have to have them. Even the distributors, you got to have products in order to sell. And we teach our people to go in and order from the lowest part in their organization so everybody eats. Okay? So, you know, guys, that's the game plan. I want to keep it simple. You know, and if you guys keep in mind that always for what we do is never anything complicated, and the person that's looking at you and is contemplating coming into this business, they're always looking and seeing, okay, how easy is this? Am I going to be able to do this? Is this person going to be able to help me to do this? And if they can answer those three questions, then you've got a business partner every single time. I'll tell you this quick story and then we'll close this call out. A young lady called me the other day and she said, I want to talk to you about becoming a distributor on your team. And I said, okay, great. I said, how did you find out about us, or how did you know about us? She said, you know, you guys are all over social media. You're all over Instagram. Every time I turn on Instagram, I see you guys. And Facebook, I see you guys. Why is that? Is it because everybody's posting our stuff? No, we're actively working our own pages. But we're keeping ourselves on social media because we know it feeds the world. It's the World Wide Web. Facebook is a powerful business tool. Instagram is a powerful business tool. You want to stay relevant. So the next question I asked this young lady is, okay, exactly, you know, what is it that you wish to accomplish, you know, with Total Life Changes? What intrigues you the most? She said, well, you know, I've been hearing a lot about the products. I've researched the company and you guys for the last 2 months. So that means we've been under the microscope with this young lady for 2 months. TLC, under the microscope for 2 months. So if we weren't consistent in our posting, and if she didn't know that we knew exactly what we were doing and feel that we weren't sold out for it, then she would have never made the phone call. So the next question I asked this young lady is, after she figured out, you know, I figured out, you know, what her motivation was. You know, I said, okay, so do you yourself have any personal health goals or any weight loss goals. I'm not saying that you need to lose any weight. You may be perfectly fit. But trying to get to know you, to learn who you are before we just put you on our team, do you have any personal goals? And she said, well, wow. She said, absolutely. Nobody's ever asked me that question. She said, yeah, I do. I want to lose about 15 pounds. I said, okay, and what's your time frame? She said, I want to lose it in 60 days. I said, I don't think that's going to be a problem. I can develop the plan that'll help you do that. I said, do you have any other health concerns? She started to tell me what her other health concerns were. I said, okay, so now, what are your financial goals? Because you didn't just call me as a customer, you called me because you wanted to be a distributor. Once you're a distributor, now you're my customer. So the two go hand in hand. So she said, wow, so my income goals is I want to be able to make X amount of dollars in X amount of days. So after I gathered that information and she understood that I was genuinely concerned about getting her off on the right path, I was now able to develop a health and wellness plan for her, because that's what we do. We're in the health and wellness business. I was able to develop a health and wellness plan for her based on her health goals and now based on her income goals. So that means I'm not going to give her a 4-pack of tea or sell her a 10-pack of tea because she wants to make too much money in a shorter time frame. So I put the two together and I devise a package. I don't just automatically think that everybody wants to join or partner with us for $100. I don't automatically assume that. I don't know who I'm talking to. So I put together the best plan for the person, and I said, this plan, that I just put together for you is going to hit our package scope in about $500. And she says, I don't quite have that much. And I said, great. I said, how much can you invest in your business and in your health? She said, wow, when you put it that way, she said, I can get it. So now by me showing her that I was concerned about both, now she's coming in at that $500 level because now she's excited, because now I've given her the two plans she needs to completely give her her total life change. So I told you that story, guys, because I want you to understand that we are in the people building business. We are in the relationship business. People have to know that we care about them, and it's not just all about us. We're not just trying to get a person in the business just so we can make a fast start bonus, just so we can make some retail money. Guys, that's not what we do. So at the end of the day, guys, care about the person that you're exposed to, and they will let that guard down far enough to absolutely trust you to help them build the business. So, guys, that's all I have. Hopefully what has been said here today by Pam and myself and your leaders is something that has been life-changing for you, and it's something that you can take out and move your business to the next level. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. When I tell you that between Pam and I with 20+ years of experience, there is so much that we could pour into you guys, but we don't want to feed you through a fire hose because it's just not going to work well. So with the stage that you guys are in, you guys just need to create a crazy momentum right now, okay, by pushing that T. And I hate to call it that, but it is what it is. That's what we called it the first 90, pushing that T, okay, getting that T out there, letting everybody know what's happening in Jamaica. And the easiest way to do it is by pushing that T. All right, so Ms. McCray, back to you.
Wow, phenomenal information, Team Jamaica. There is no way that you can leave there today and not be fully armed, fully loaded to get this thing done. Thank you so much, Coach Nate, for sharing all that powerful information, really touching on the mindset piece, because you know what, it all starts with us becoming the person that we need to become in order to attract who we are looking for, and sharing about those SMART goals, being specific and just ironing all that out. Powerful information, Team Jamaica. So I am not going to be before you long. It is definitely time for us to turn this hangout over to we're gonna close it out, you guys. Natalie, Daniel, just share some closing words, and I just wanted all you guys excited and ready to get it done, because you can be excited all day long, but we want to know who's ready to work, because we're identifying some people over in Jamaica, and yes, we are committed to helping you guys get this thing done. So, all right, how's Team Jamaica feeling after this training today? You got a lot of all right, commitment.
Yes, we are.
Wonderful.
We're happy, we're grateful. So much praise for this time. It's the first. We've been on the call since about 1 o'clock. Super Saturday.
Yes, Super Saturday Jamaica.
The team is going to good use. Some business.
Okay, so we already confirmed 2 more persons, so we are looking at 50 persons at Atlanta. We have 16 confirmed, 17 confirmed.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it. Team Jamaica. We're excited.
Everybody here, we're going to sit down, do launches, and more meetings, and see how we can you know, wherever they started, saying how we can get from a $1,500 because they got started with 10 teams, but they want to do a whole lot more. So the training, we're already seeing, you know, people coming out and saying they want to do more. All right, thank you guys.
Awesome. All right, well, we love you guys. Let's move forward. We're available to help with whatever's necessary, and we look forward to all of us being at the top of this one. We're going straight to the top with this one, Team Jamaica, so we're excited. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.